This is a true story. One day we're out in the garden, standing out there, talking to a neighbor. Just down and out, broken hearted. Had some trials and tribulations there during the week. Just kind of brought me down. You know, sometimes it just takes us to realize, you know, God sends little angels to watch over us. No matter what you go through in this walk of life, we're going to go through trials and tribulations as long as we're in this body. But you know, the good part about it is we have a Savior that'll help us through it. I was so down and out, didn't know which way to go. I like going out to the garden every once in a while and just kneeling down or just meditating to the Lord, thanking Him for blessing my garden, and it may be fruitful and multiplying, and just meditating. You know, sometimes that's, well, a lot of times that's what we have to do. You know, He's the only one can bring us out of these trials and tribulations and give us peace in our hearts. We have to humble ourselves down. But God sends little angels to watch over us. As I was standing there talking to my neighbor, I was kind of startled a little bit. Something nudged me on my shoulder and just scared and panicked. I thought maybe it'd been a bee or a wasp or something, and I turned and couldn't see it real good, but I just brushed it off my shoulder and turned around and looked down, and it was a little baby bird. And as I looked down at that bird, I said, oh Lord, it's the most beautiful thing you ever seen, just learning how to fly. And I looked down at the bird and I asked my neighbor, I said, you reckon it's okay? About the time I said that, a little small voice spoke to me and said, everything's going to be okay. As I looked down at that bird and it looked back at me, and making sure it's going to be all right. That little bird sat there for a little while and just kept looking. I kept looking back at him, and he flew off just a little ways from me, and I walked over to it. It was the same thing again. I looked at him, he looked at me. You know, God sends little angels to let us know that everything's going to be all right, to watch over us. That little bird right there is the most beautiful thing you ever seen. Little baby bird just learning how to fly. A lot of times in our Christian lives, we're learning how to fly too, but we got to trust in the Lord. If we just humble ourselves down and let God lead us and be patient, everything will be okay. Even though Satan will throw them snares at you, but you got to keep going on, meditating and praying to the Lord to give you strength. Through this walk of life, we have to do that until we leave this walk of life to meet Jesus. And I thank God for that little bird. He told me everything was going to be okay. God's little angel.